Hello and welcome to Video Vagrancy. I'm Doctor Sleaze, and with me I've got my co-hosts today, Dangerbrain.
Now with more beard.
With more beard, and it's Dangerbrain 2.0. And we've got Cleo Patra here to my right.
Right. To the right.
To the right.
With an already amazing beard.
With yes, he already has a well-established beard. So today we watched the movie, and this is kind of a continuation of our first review, which we did Best of the Best 3, No Turning Back. This time we did Best of the Best 4. What was the subtitle on this movie?
Without Warning.
Without Warning. Okay. This was a movie.
It was.
It was a movie.
It appeared to be.
It appeared to be.
I mean, there were parts that definitely felt movie-esque.
They did.
It was a movie loosely.
It was loosely a movie. It was hard to watch. It was not like it was hard to watch because there was, a lot of violence or anything like that. It was a hard sit because it was so middle of the road and so bland.
Yeah. Can I just start by talking about the title?
Absolutely.
That still bothers me. So I didn't see Best of the Best 3 with you guys. Nor have I seen Best of Best 1 and 2, which I assume exist. I'm not really sure that they do, but I assume so.
This is like Star Wars. They started at 3.
Right, yeah, I don't know. They might have. But anyways, I have no clue what the title means. Because there was no Best of Best character or arc or accomplishment thing. So to begin with, I already was let down. I was like, why is it called Best of the Best 4? And apparently, according to you guys, it's just because it's the same guy making them.
Yeah, it's the same
awesome.
guy, Phillip Rhee, and he's a continuing character from the other Best of the Best movies.
Oh, Phillip Rhee.
Phillip Rhee.
Phillip Rhee, you are the worst.
We had words about him last time we did a review about the Best of the Best series. Phillip Rhee.
Phillip Rhee, whose character's name is Tommy Lee.
Yeah.
Which we
why?
Explained briefly as well. That was a very interesting choice of name.
No relation to the Tommy Lee that had made sweet love to Pamela Anderson on a yacht.
Well, I think he does actually have a big dick, and he did have sex with Pamela Anderson. He's just not that Tommy Lee. That's what I think it is.
Well, Miss Anderson did make it around Hollywood, I hear.
Right. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, this movie was, like we said, it was a movie, and it felt like it was 523 hours long.
Yeah, it went on forever. We all had trouble paying any attention.
I mean,
we had a lot of trouble paying attention to this movie.
The introduction scene we thought was decent. Well done, actually. As a matter of fact, we were kind of impressed by the headshot that they dealt out. Where the dude was hijacking the truck. The special effect was pretty gnarly, pretty spot on.
Yeah, sadly I missed that.
Yeah, exit wound was displayed.
Yeah. Yeah, that was some good. Well, that was good, classic, cinema explosion thing. It was all puppetry or things on set. There was no CG, but then they did have CG fire.
There was a scene where there was CG fire.
There was that. Was that the one coming out of that tunnel?
Yeah.
That was really bad.
Those are pretty much your standard straight to VHS, 1998 movie fare.
Yeah, it was pretty terrible.
I mean,
and the story was
loose.
It was very loose. had something to do with counterfeiting and this group of guys that were counterfeiting money, and Phillip Rhee's going after them, and
I'm pretty sure we were introduced to Tobin Bell at that point.
Tobin Bell, yeah, Jigsaw from Saw was in this movie.
Kind of surprised by his presence, but there's a lot of that going on.
There is.
Like
Cleo Patra was saying, there's a lot of that guy kind of actors going on. It's like, it's that guy.
Yep. Ernie Hudson shows up.
Yeah, Ernie Hudson, the fourth Ghostbuster, is in the film, and you guys remember he's the black one.
His introduction was amazing, I have to say. He just walks into this gym where Phillip Rhee's character, Tommy Lee, is training to the police academy, you know.
Yeah, he's training the cops in martial arts.
At that point, we're introduced to Ernie Hudson, who refuses to take his shoes off on the gym mats and is smoking in the gymnasium at the same time.
Fucking living on the edge, man.
Yeah.
He's established himself firmly as a dickwad.
Yeah.
Right. Oh yeah, he's like, I am the biggest dick in this room. There's no disputing that. I'm gonna walk right up. Well, and then he does, and then that's what sets the whole like ham-fisted political message in play, because he yells at all the people getting their kung fu lessons because we fight with guns. The criminals fight with guns.
Yeah.
Like, fighting with your fists is dumb.
I remember that conversation. Yeah, we fight with guns. We don't fight with our fists. We're cops.
Right? Yeah.
Okay.
That pretty much sets the whole theme of the movie up, too.
Yeah, it was this undercurrent, like, you know, Phillip Rhee throughout the whole movie's fighting these guys that have guns with his fists, and of course he's beating the shit out of them. The guys with guns are completely useless, which in real life they wouldn't. They just, you know, oh, here comes a guy swinging his fists at me. Pop. Oh, he's dead. Done.
Yeah, they
Move
don't
on.
think to do that. They're holding a gun and pointing it at him, but they don't know how to shoot them, apparently.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
they didn't learn that part.
No.
They learned up until that moment, but they didn't learn that part. So they just have to hold it. They're like, fuck, I forget what to do next. They didn't train me enough
Yeah.
for this.
Well, and there's a part in the very end where the one of the main bad guys, is fighting Phillip Rhee one-on-one, hand-to-hand, and his buddy's standing right there with a gun, and he's doing absolutely nothing.
Right.
Like, just shoot Phillip Rhee.
Right.
You're done. Over with. Bad guys win.
Yeah. Yeah. They didn't think to do that.
Well, and
They're pretty complicated.
Right, no,
You know-
Phillip Rhee seems to dodge bullets in this movie, not in your traditional awesome John Woo way or Matrix way.
Matrix, yeah.
He's rolling around different directions, and you'd think the guy with the gun would just be like, "Oh, okay, you know, I can follow a guy who's rolling on the ground, you know, that way. Okay, left, right, boom, 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 4 bullets in you,
Right.
you're done."
Right.
That doesn't happen in this. These guys are worse shots than stormtroopers in Star Wars.
Put a fucking fork in it, dude.
Right.
And that's there's a scene.
Oh God, the fork.
There's a scene where Phillip Rhee, of all things, karate chops a fork.
This fork is hanging off the counter in his kitchen.
Just perfectly angled.
Perfectly balanced on the counter in his kitchen.
The fork manages to impale his enemy in the kitchen.
It flips perfectly through the air. It flips through the air and sticks this guy who's coming into the kitchen to kill Phillip Rhee right in the shoulder. I think the guy had a gun in that hand, didn't he? He was trying to shoot him, and then fork goes into his shoulder. He drops the gun, and Phillip Rhee, of course, comes in and starts fisting the hell out of him.
Right. Well, it completely immobilizes the guy. It's like, oh, fork in the shoulder. Now I got nothing. I'm just going to take it now.
It was just so ridiculous.
So we got the human meatball now, you know, completely immobilized by a fork to the shoulder.
Right.
Which somehow the momentum, I don't understand.
Right.
There's no way he would have had enough of momentum to flip a fork over beer pong style into the dude's shoulder. It doesn't make sense.
No.
Yeah, I don't care how much of a badass you are. You're not going to impale somebody with a fucking fork. It's just not going to happen.
No, that was super convenient, and there was tons of super convenient, and that's the thing is like, the whole thing was super convenient. The action scenes were horribly cheesy.
Oh yeah,
There was a motorcycle action scene in quotes that was like probably like 10 minutes long. Well, you know, it felt like hours. Everything in this movie felt like hours, but it was a long scene, but absolutely nothing happened. It was just them like the bad guys 5 feet behind the front guy on the motorcycles, and then a helicopter above them.
God, that motorcycle chase was terrible.
It was so weird. I was just like, what's going to happen? And they just stayed exactly 5 feet behind him. He would look back worried every now and then and just keep going.
Right.
It was just so uneventful.
Yeah.
Very uneventful.
Yeah.
And you know, there's another thing I noticed that happens in this movie a lot. It's the whole thing in the action film you see where the main character, the hero, is fighting the bad guys, and there's a whole bunch of bad guys there, But they take the time, and they're nice enough and courteous enough to fight him one-on-one instead of just pouncing his ass, all of them.
Well, right. They're just being fair, you know. They don't want to jump on him.
They're the most honorable villains that you can meet, you know.
Yeah,
they want a fair fight.
Rolling back the tape on that same scene that you're talking about, that's when he gets captured.
Yeah, right.
Like in any good action movie,
the hero gets
captured.
Yep.
He infiltrates the base through being able to escape, whatever, Anyways,
sometimes it's a part of their plan to get captured.
Yes, and so what follows is the worst torture scene ever.
Oh God!
Ever to be filmed.
Funny. It was very bad.
That's when we're dealing with the angry Russian.
So we have the decadence I has it guy.
Who swings his fist, who punches like a girl, and he swings crowbars and all these other things he's beating Phillip Rhee with like a fucking girl.
Yeah, it just doesn't look painful at all for the other guy. Like it doesn't look like any of the hits actually land.
Right.
Very very poorly done. It's really silly. He pulls out a stick at one point. And it's one of those extendo sticks. It looks pretty brutal, baton thing.
Yeah.
And he hits him once with it and throws it on the ground and proceeds to hit him with his fist. You're like, why the fuck did you even pull that out? And then throw it on the ground.
It's a one-use baton, man.
Yeah,
you use it once and you toss it.
It's a disposable baton.
Right.
It was so silly. And then he did pick it back up and hit him again once.
It's like, I think I can get one more use out of this thing.
He wasn't happy with the craftsmanship quality
Maybe that's what he's
of that.
The quality of this thing is fucking atrocious.
He went on Yelp later.
I'm giving this guy 1 star on eBay. Get my money back.
He's like, this torture dungeon did not supply me with enough utensils to properly torture Phillip Rhee.
I'm surprised they didn't give him a toothbrush to beat him with.
Dude.
Yeah.
I would have liked to see Phillip Rhee get, dealt a lot more punishment than that, honestly, after seeing this movie.
Yeah, you know what? I was actually hoping during that torture scene that they would do, a Lethal Weapon thing where they electrocute him.
Right. Yeah, that would have been good. Yeah, he pretty much deserved that. I mean, for making us sit through it. I don't know what. And there was just so much plot, like that. There was a whole reason why he was being tortured there that involved the counterfeiting and the disc and stuff. But none of us followed any of it because it was just so long-winded and confusing and versus last time last time I was there with Fist of the Vampire. Mm-hmm. None of that made sense. It just haphazardly happened. This one, they did have long-winded streams to try to put it together, but it still was just stupid, and none of us followed any of it.
It was just so bland and just like I said, it's just so middle of the road that it was just even worse movies than this. I am more invested in because I feel like I'm watching it at least because it's a movie that there's some entertainment value with it. This just felt so bland, and I just could not bring myself to get any kind of investment in it at all.
Yeah,
I think the only state in which this movie is decent is if you're just full on hungover, and you're waking up at 11 o'clock and on a Sunday. And you're just there's just so little action and so little happening that your mind isn't being pushed. You're not gonna puke, you feel like, hey, all right, this is just plodding along. Okay, that's fine. It's not making me sick, There's the camera work is just pretty much straight on. There's no shaky cam stuff,
It's true. If you were hungover, you would definitely rather watch this motorcycle scene than the Ronin scene. The Ronin scene, you'd be like, oh, there's so much awesome action going on. It's bothering me. I need this calm motorcycle through the mountainside scene.
Exactly. I just want to turn my brain off and just lay here like a dead fish.
Right.
The chase scene from Ronin is an awesome example to go to as well.
Amazing scene, amazing movie. I love that movie. That chase scene's it's awesome.
Right, and so that's I mean, and granted that it's not renowned for being awesome, but if you try to use that as a scale of 10, and you put this motorcycle chase in there, it's at negative 30. It's just so bad.
And remember, it's 27,000 hours into the film, so by that time you just want to go home.
It's pretty common to your brain, though. Honestly,
It is calming, yeah, but but it's an action scene. It's not
Yeah.
supposed to be calming. It's not like a meditative fucking retrospective.
It's supposed
into
to be
the
entertaining.
mountainside. Yeah, it's supposed to be
Yeah.
a fucking high tense action scene. They're chasing him through the mountainside. But
This movie is just. It's seriously, it's so hard to pay attention to this movie and get invested in it. It just feels like it's white noise in the background. Right?
It was purely made to be white noise.
Yeah.
It seriously feels like that. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. It's supposed to be on in the background while you're doing something else.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
exactly. This is the movie that you turn on if you're one of those people that has to fall asleep with the TV on.
Right.
You know, you just have to have sound in the background. This is the movie you turn on to fall asleep to in the background because you're not going to pay attention. It's going to put you to sleep, and you will have sound in the background to help you get to sleep.
Right.
This film is perfect for that. It's white noise the movie.
White noise the movie. Yeah, I mean it's pretty fantastically like bland, which is exactly what we've been saying. And there's even a rip-off scene. So we were going to talk about that.
Yes.
Rumble in the Bronx.
If there's
rip-off
anything
scene.
good about this movie, we had a great conversation spring off of one of the scenes that ripped off Rumble in the Bronx about Jackie Chan and his movies back in the day. The scene where he beats a guy over the head with his refrigerator door.
Yeah, he smashes this guy in the face with a refrigerator door. And in the movie, the Jackie Chan film, it was from... We all pretty much agreed it was from Rumble in the Bronx. And he's fighting these guys, these gangsters, gangbangers, and he's every Jackie Chan movie. He's a physical comedian and a very very intelligent choreographer, and in his film when he's hitting the guys with the doors, he's opening up the doors and he's hitting guys in the face and stuff, and in the stomach and in the legs and stuff with the doors of this refrigerator. And in this movie, they try to emulate that. Okay, let's just straight up. They ripped it off.
Yeah. They totally stole it. But, and the Jackie Chan, I think you're getting at it. The Jackie Chan shit is smart and funny, and it's, like, silly that he's hitting people with refrigerator doors. Yeah. But then in this movie, it's like a serious thing. Like, he just does that every day. People come in and he just hits their head with the freezer door. It's just how I live my life.
I mean, he pretty much just has it set up as a trap.
Yeah,
that was them filming Phillip Rhee in his own kitchen. And every time somebody tries to get into his kitchen, he just slams their head against that refrigerator door.
I would not doubt it at all. And it was just kind of clunky the way that they pulled it off, too.
Yeah.
Like we were saying, Jackie Chan, he did it, the way he did it, it was cool. It was interesting to see how he was able to fit that in. Right. And it was fun and entertaining. But the Phillip Rhee version... It's not. Right. It doesn't have any of the awesomeness that Jackie Chan's scene has.
No. Yeah, we were talking a lot about Jackie Chan throughout the course of this movie. And him and I remember Sammo Hung.
Sammo Hung, man, that guy's awesome too.
Yeah, they both were in a whole bunch of kung fu movies that involved a lot of that prop comedy.
Yeah, using the environment in the fight and everything. That's one thing Jackie Chan and Sammo Hung and a lot of those guys in China are really good at is using the environment and the things around them to their advantage and to interesting effect in their films and in their action scenes.
Right. But they tie it in. Like that's what's so genius about their stuff is that like he doesn't just jump through a ladder. Like it was already set up earlier that there's a reason for that ladder in that room, and then it sets up the ladder scene. Like that's how genius he is. Whereas like in this, it was like, oh, I'm going to take you into my kitchen so I can hate you with my refrigerator, and then flip a fork off my counter into your chest.
No,
like I set this up earlier today. Like I was waiting for you to get here.
It's like a mousetrap.
I've been putting like Reese's Pieces outside to lead you here. And now that you're here,
that just sums up Phillip Rhee like completely. That just every one of his fight scenes is a lot like that, where it seems like he just set up the pieces of the puzzle, and he's like, I'm here now. Let's go ahead and have this fight. I'm gonna win every time. He really thought he was going to be the next Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yeah, man. I think he thought that he was going to be a lot bigger than he turned out to be, which most people, if you say the name Phillip Rhee, they won't know who the hell he is. Yeah. Honestly, until me and Dangerbrain and I, watched Best of the Best 3, we didn't know who the hell Phillip Rhee was.
Yeah, I never heard him before this, so yeah.
Yeah, this is Cleo Patra's first time hearing of him. So obviously he didn't become a big name.
No, not really. Not even like a big, like, silly name like Ed Wood or something. Like, just a nobody. That's even worse.
Yeah.
Just nobody knows your name.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Nobody knows his name.
I'm pretty sure we joked about how the whole reason Phillip Rhee was able to get anybody involved in his films was because he was just
he was blackmailing people.
He was.
Because he had pictures of all these people having sex with farm animals, and he was using it against them.
Whoa, I was gonna say he was good at parties, dude. You just went straight on to.
I'm going straight to the farm animal pictures. Yeah, he had a bunch of bestiality pictures of these actors and actresses. Or,
I wouldn't doubt it.
He had blackmail pictures. He had film hidden away somewhere in like a safety deposit box, and he was threatening to use it against them all these people to ruin their careers, ruin their futures, maybe even get some of these people sent to jail, depending on what those microfilms contained.
I mean, I would love to be like, I'd love to be like a fly on the wall for those like phone conversations. Like,
I would
hello,
too.
Ernie Hudson. Remember when you were fucking that horse? I got pictures. You want America to know? Or you want to be in my film? That's what I thought. Tomorrow, 8 a.m.
See you on set, motherfucker.
Right?
Not only is Ernie Hudson typecast as the dude from Ghostbusters, but he's getting blackmailed for having sex with farm animals.
Of course.
Yeah,
That's horrendous.
Poor
That's so bad.
Poor
Damn,
Ernie
why'd
Hudson.
you point that out?
Poor Ernie Hudson, man. I always liked the guy. He's always been a great actor, and Phillip Rhee just really fucked him in this one. Really just screwed him. And everybody, I feel bad for everybody in this movie. This 537-hour long film.
It's so long. I'm not sure if it's over yet. I think it's going to go on for another couple weeks.
I don't think it's ended yet. We're stuck
like,
in this never-ending Phillip Rhee extravaganza of just...
It's the film's been going on. We just turned the television off, but like later on tonight, one of us is going to have sleep paralysis and wake up to continuation of this Phillip Rhee.
Turn it on and it's just still going. Like, oh, is this maybe still
nightmare.
On?
What's even going to be worse is you mentioned sleep paralysis because I actually get that, and I'm afraid that I'm going to wake up in the middle of the night. Phillip Rhee's going to be standing over me. I'm going to have sleep paralysis. He's going to be like, hey, I've got pictures of you. See you on set at 7 a.m. See you on set. Here's the address. Be there 15 minutes earlier. They're going out.
You think that's
pictures?
That's how you get this whole crew and everything too, like the fucking cameraman.
He spends all of his free time just collecting blackmail on people.
Be a fucking twisted way to make movies. Be hardcore, like that's. You just have dirt on all these people, like J. Edgar Hoover style. You just have dirt on a whole production crew and talent for movie making purposes.
That's horrifying. I can't imagine waking up and seeing the shadow of Phillip Rhee entering my doorway with a contract ready to go.
You pull the fucking sheets up. You're like, no, make it. No, I'm still asleep.
No, Phillip Rhee, no. What pictures? What did I do? I don't remember.
Well, see, and I think that, so bizarre. I think even at best, it's still like he's just like a really sad person. And he goes to like parties. And he's just like, guys, I want to put this movie together. Like, come on, I'm working really hard. And people like Ernie Hudson are like, all right, I guess.
All right.
Dude. You see him kind of like down on your luck.
He's just pathetic.
Right, I want to help him out.
Man, I gotta really help him out. If we don't get him to make this movie, I'm afraid of what he might do to himself.
We have
He'll be turning tricks in a week.
Yeah, man, that's just not cool. Let's just make it. Be on set for maybe a week or two, whatever. Make a little bit of cash. But of course, none of them got paid.
None of them got paid.
And they were on set for 7 years because it's a 500-hour long movie.
Right? How much footage you got to roll to make a movie that long? Like shit.
So we have two sides of Phillip Rhee here.
Right.
which is giving him too much credit, honestly.
We have the filmmaker and the blackmailer.
We have to subscribe to one of these theories.
Okay, so it's either the blackmailer or he's the sad guy, the sad, pathetic guy that everyone just kind of want to help out because they're afraid he's going to hurt himself.
If you think he's the sad, pathetic guy at parties, dial 2 on your touch-tone telephone.
Right?
If you think he's the guy who fucks farm animal or makes you fuck farm animals in the middle of the night.
Oh, so that's what's happening. That's how he gets. Oh, that's how he gets his blackmail. He must like roofie people. He gets them. He goes like, "Hey, Ernie Hudson, you want to go for a drink, man? I want to tell you about this new movie I'm doing." Ernie's like, "Oh yeah, sure, why not? I'll come out and have some drinks with you." And of course, he gets there late. Or I'm sorry, Phillip Rhee gets there early. And he's already ordered drinks. And Ernie Hudson's drink, roofied. So, the next day, Ernie Hudson wakes up in his bed, doesn't know how he got back there, and then he gets a phone call.
His ass is kind of sore.
Yeah, his ass is a little sore, He's, like, covered in dirt, and he's disheveled, and then there's a phone call. The phone rings. And who's on the other line? Why, it's Phillip Rhee. Like, Philip, what happened last night, man? I don't remember how I got home. Did I drink that much? Well, Ernie.
Well,
we must talk. Last night, I got some pictures. Some very interesting pictures that you don't want anybody to see. I've left one for you under your pillow. Take a look. And Ernie Hudson takes a look under the pillow and is horrified, mortified to see he's getting railed by a fucking horse. I will release these, Ernie. I will release these to the world, to TMZ, to the Hollywood Reporter, to everyone, even that second-rate newscast, New York Times.
I mean, that's got to be why the movie sucks so much. That's got to take so much energy to set all that up.
Oh, yeah, man.
Like, he doesn't have time to make good movies.
You know what?
He's spending all his time fucking setting all that shit up so he can get people to be in his crappy movies.
You know what? Phillip Rhee might just be a genius tactician.
He's definitely worthy of at least an episode of Criminal Minds.
Oh, absolutely.
Right. At least.
He's like the general of smut porn.
Yeah. Maybe a two-parter.
Yeah.
This guy's probably got blackmail on everybody in Hollywood.
Well, I can't wait for his next movie. I think he said he's going to try to do a reboot of Best of the Best.
I've heard that. Yes, yeah. I've heard that Phillip Rhee is trying to get a reboot. I wonder what great names and stars he's blackmailed this time to be in his film. We'll have to see.
Yeah, that would. Yeah.
I mean, no doubt he's got Gina Gershon.
Oh yeah. Well, he's probably got stuff from
fucking.
See,
balls.
he probably didn't even have to roofie her. She just. That woman, you can just tell, man.
He's got her
she's
a choke
probably,
collar.
Yeah,
he's
man.
Just
she just looks like the kind of woman that's done a lot of fucked up shit, He's probably just follows her around and takes photos. He's got a PI following her around, a private investigator following her around, just snapping photos all the time, just emailing them to him.
Of just her day-to-day activities. And they're that bad that they're probably just have to be like, damn it, all right, should be in the movie.
Her whole talent agency goes through Phillip Rhee from now on. Any contact with her talent agency goes straight through Phillip Rhee, and he operates under a false nickname. A false alias.
Could it be Tommy Lee?
Right. He says, I'm Tommy Lee, and everyone just right away is like, oh, I know Tommy Lee. Yeah, I know. He's got his own talent agency.
Oh, yeah.
That makes
Tommy
sense.
Lee.
Totally makes sense.
Yeah. I love Motley Crue.
Right?
Little do they know, dude. It's Phillip Rhee who has people, like, he's blackmailing celebrities left and fucking right. He owes money all over town.
I will reboot Best of the Best.
He's got some sadistic tendencies.
Can I just say this is how fucking boring the movie was?
Yeah.
That we've just spent like 15 minutes talking about how we got people to be in it.
Yeah. I mean, the movie's
just awesome. It's hilarious.
It's horrible.
But I just think that's funny.
I mean, honestly, I could not follow the film. I could not pay attention long enough. And I can watch bad movies. I can really sit through some bad movies. This movie was just so dull. It was just
mundane.
Even Best of the Best 3 was more entertaining than this.
Yeah, I agree. Which is, I mean, weird because throughout the movie I was conflicted as to which one was worst, and they were both pretty bad films.
Both bad,
but
yeah.
I mean, I got to give it to Best of the Best 3. At least you had a clear objective.
Sure. Yeah.
He wandered into a town, which was already kind of mystifying. Oh, okay, he's there, whatever.
Yeah.
You had R. Lee Ermey as the,
he was like the leader.
of the Ku Klux Klan or whatever.
Yeah, the white supremacists or something like that. Whatever, they're the same fucking thing anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then of course he's got to save the day. He's got to save the town from the racist assholes.
Well, I think we both agreed that there was at least less random explosions in this one.
There was. Best of the Best 3 had explosions that were just going off for no reason at all, and they just go off off to the side of the shot. Like, I don't know if maybe the pyrotechnic guys were just like, I got a button, press the button, guys, hold up, man, no, that's for the next scene. Fuck it. How much of that did you get? Like the corner of it? Fuck it. Print.
That's before Phillip Rhee had access to infinite amount of resources via subjugating different celebrities to mental torment.
It was before he built up his
empire,
blackmail his blackmail stores, man.
Yeah.
Because he's probably got like, I said that he might have some kind of storage somewhere, like a post office box or safe deposit box. But he's probably got storage units full of this stuff, boxes full of pictures, boxes and boxes. This man is a son of a bitch.
We should start looking for it.
We should.
Phillip Rhee's hidden, treasure gold mine.
We need to take a trip to California, so then we can blackmail movie stars to be in our movies.
Right. For sure.
We've already got some really good ideas for sketches.
We do. We could have Gina Gershon in every one of our movies.
Man. She could play a pretty good female prisoner, I think, taking calls for Apple Care.
Right? Yeah, she would be way good for that. She's funny.
So the movie, as you can tell, like Cleo Patra had said,
it's that boring.
It's just so dull that it was really hard to pay attention to, and the story was lame. It was so lame.
Yeah.
It was so just.
It was haphazardly thrown together, and it was accidental too. Like Tommy Lee just happened to be at the store when this dude got killed. And that was what set the whole original thing in motion. He
was there so coincidentally at the right place at the right time.
Right. Everything was coincidentally at the right, like the fork. The fork was the perfect metaphor for the whole film. Like, everything was perfectly placed to make him look awesome.
Yeah, there's so many things that happen in this that coincidence had to be a factor for it to work, that it's just, your suspension of disbelief is you can't do it. You cannot suspend your disbelief because it's so just ridiculous.
It's rigidly horrible.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, I mean, who leaves a fork halfway off of their countertop, for instance? Like, if we're going to overanalyze a scene, it might as well be that one. And that is, like you said, the perfect metaphor for this entire movie.
Well, and let's not forget the little girl who, I swear in my head, she was just thinking, Dad, my lines are terrible. Can you please write me better lines? She's praying to God in several scenes, and that's what she's praying for. Praying for this role to be over, just so that she can go home and play with her Barbie dolls.
Yeah, there was the first moment we were introduced to that kid. It was like, I'm pretty sure you were like, your exact verbiage was, "Oh, Daddy, don't be silly. Stop writing me such horrible dialogue."
Right.
And then there's a scene of Phillip Rhee doing this whole his basketball thing, trying to throw the trash into the trash can. We're like, that's where this movie belongs.
Yeah,
straight up in the trash can.
Well, I got this movie. It's part of a 20-pack of action films. Now we did the review on the third film from this action pack, And our Fist of the Vampire review, also, Fist of the Vampire was in this pack as well. So we've been kind of jumping into this. We've done a few of the movies from this 20-pack action movie DVD set that I got for $5 at Walmart. And, well,
so far
you get what you pay for.
Yeah, so far would you say, is it worth it?
No. Now, there is one movie that is worth $5, and that's Super Cop, which is the highlighter. That's the headliner in this whole set, is Super Cop with Jackie Chan. And that's actually a great movie.
Yeah. That's
a fucking phenomenal film. If you haven't seen Super Cop, check it out. It's got Jackie Chan and Michelle Yeoh. Absolutely worth watching. That with this, it's a 15 movie pack.
I mean, honestly, bottom line, even with that movie being included, they should have paid you for taking this off the shelf or out of the bargain bin.
Well, I really love Super Cop. It's actually one of my favorite Jackie Chan films. It's in my top 10 because I'm a huge Jackie Chan fan. You know, like I was telling you guys, his movies. Me and my dad used to watch them when I was a kid, and we really bonded over them. And so I've been a big Jackie Chan fan for a long time. Yeah. But these movies, man. The movies we've been watching on this. It's like the further down the list you go on this 15 movie pack, the worse the movies get. And we are picking from the bottom.
Yeah, they're pretty fantastically horrible. And that's the thing, and like it almost makes them worse to know that they're included with the pack like that because Jackie Chan is so good. And we've been saying this whole time, like he does really smart stuff and clever things, and this movie just doesn't. And it wants to. It pretends to. It thinks one time it might.
I mean,
it's like one day I'm gonna grow up and I'm gonna pull off these stunts. But until then, I'm just gonna practice with this little baby version.
One day I'll be a real filmmaker.
And near the end, like it encompasses how bad the choreography is where he's racing up towards the guys. They're on their way out with the counterfeit money on a plane. You know, leaving on a jet plane.
Leaving. On the jet plane, I don't know when I'll be back again. Oh, fuck, Phillip Rhee!
So they shoot him off the motorcycle, and he plays dead. Literally just plays dead. Didn't count on him shooting multiple bullets. Didn't count on them just lighting him up there in the parking lot. No, that's cool. Well, we'll just go check his vitals or whatever the fuck they were planning on doing.
Walked right up to him.
Fucking idiots.
And so that's a scene where he pulls off his whole, fists always beats guns.
Yeah.
Right. Even though they were like 30 feet away and they just lays down and they're like, oh, I'll walk up to him. It's safe. Nobody would ever just fall down and not be dead.
No, not at all. Oh, something else we need to talk about here. The end scene. The bad guys are flying off in their plane, and the landing gear is coming up, and Phillip Rhee tosses a suitcase bomb into the landing gear.
Right.
And the plane blows up.
Right.
Oh, I know. Oh, man. That was like the Hindenburg going down. When we were watching
the humanity!
That was a tragedy before our eyes, and I was like, we were supposed to cheer for him?
Right.
Yeah. That could have been over like a heavily populated urban area or something.
I think kill hundreds of people. And he's like, it's cool, because I killed the bad guys.
We all agree that Phillip Rhee is possibly working for Al-Qaeda.
At the very least, he's a terrorist.
Quite possibly, yeah. Maybe ISIS. I don't know. ISIS is more of a newer thing, right? I don't know. They were around in '98.
Maybe the Mujahideen.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. I've heard of them before. Yeah, it might have been them. Yeah. Phillip Rhee, man, international terrorist.
Well, I mean, so it's got
and blackmailer.
It's got to be a whole circle. I think that Phillip Rhee was probably friends with a lot of Stallone's coke buddies in the '80s.
Stallone kicked him to the curb, and now they're like looking for new friends.
And as you know, Stallone was helping the Mujahideen in the Mujahideen. I'm trying to say it now.
Right, we are
in Rambo 3. Right. And so Phillip Rhee, might have made some of his connections to the same people.
Sense.
Yeah,
this is becoming quite the conspiracy theory.
I'm worried.
I'm wondering. I am too.
Especially if he's making another one.
Oh, I know.
What is that going to lead to?
I don't know. Maybe Armageddon.
Global collapse?
Yeah. Global economic collapse.
Oh no, another best of the best film. Everybody's just so pissed. They just take all their money from the bank and just go hide in corners. Fuck that.
Phillip Rhee sitting behind a desk and just with the Mr. Burns fingers going, I shall rule the world once the economy collapses. My Muhushadadin people, isn't that what it said?
Yeah.
Muhushadadin people
Totally
will join me and rejoice.
Yes. It would be awesome.
Where's my cocaine? I need cocaine. I am out of cocaine. Phillip Rhee is out of cocaine. Where is it?
Somehow I'm envisioning him as Scarface, and it doesn't click for me.
Say goodnight to the bad guy.
I want to envision.
I'm Phillip Rhee.
I want to envision him like in a pile of like sorted trash and dirty IV needles and dismembered in a dumpster somewhere.
Phillip Rhee does not get AIDS. I am immune. Say goodnight to the bad guy who cannot get AIDS.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I like stabbing myself with used needles. It gives me a thrill.
Yeah. That's how fucking fantastic this film was.
That's what that's what the level of depravity this film's brought us to.
Depravity. That is a perfect word for this film. Depravity.
Yeah. Really is. I'm not even sure if it's over yet.
I don't think it is either. I think I have a feeling that it'll never be over.
Right.
Like I think our lives have ended and a new era has begun.
This film collectively wiped out our conscious.
We just switched universes, like the Bernstein thing.
It took us through a wormhole.
Yeah, we're now in a different world than we were before. A world where that kind of movie can exist.
You gotta explain the Bernstein theory.
I can't go into that. You should Google it. But it's
all right.
So basically, everybody remembers Bernstein being spelled Stein, but in reality, their last name is spelled Berenstain, Stain. But so
it's a small, minute change.
There's a theory online, right? And there's a theory online that, and you should Google it because the guy that wrote it's awesome. But that we switched universes somehow, and in the universe we're in now, it's always been with an A. But in the universe that most of us came from, it was with an E.
Dude, that's the fabric of reality.
That's fucking deep.
Like shifting. And this movie came from one of those folds.
This movie is, after watching it, we have shifted into a new reality.
Totally have.
We're going to walk outside, and every single person besides us is Phillip Rhee.
Right? Oh no! Phillip Rhee!
Want to be in my movie? Want to be in my movie? Want to be in my movie? I've got pictures.
He's never even had sex with a horse. I got pictures anyway.
I've got pictures.
So now Phillip Rhee is Agent Smith. That's awesome. Now we have
Mr. Anderson. That's not my name. It is now. I'm Phillip Rhee.
I'm Phillip Rhee. I'm scared now. I don't want to leave anymore. I'm worried that he's coming after us.
I think I'm going to lock myself in my room for the rest of my life.
We chose the wrong movie to review, guys. This is very scary.
This movie single-handedly, in the 500 hours it took us to watch it, has collectively ruined our lives and our futures.
Yeah. I'm really, really pretty sad about it.
I have nothing to live for anymore.
So, you should, like or subscribe or whatever, because, we got nothing left to live for.
We've got nothing left to live for. Please, just listen to this. And maybe if you listen to this, maybe it will right the wrong that this happened.
This movie has been like Groundhog Day for us, so we're all trapped in this, ongoing hell.
Never-ending struggle.
Right, because now we have to remember it. I can still remember parts of it, and I
remember parts.
Every time I think about it, it hurts.
It actually feels like having a lobotomy without any anesthetic, and also at the same time being raped. Not by a man, not by a woman, but by a gorilla that has Asperger's syndrome. That's what I feel right now.
I would have just said with a concrete dildo or wow.
I want to meet the psychiatrist or psychologist that diagnosed this gorilla with Asperger's.
It's Phillip Rhee, because everybody is Phillip Rhee now besides us.
Of course.
All of our listeners are Phillip Rhee.
Of course. I forgot that.
Oh, shit. Does that mean that we're going to get, like, bum rushed?
Probably.
Dude.
Because they're going to be pissed off when they listen to this? And
that's fucked up. Thinking every invention ever made, every scientific advancement ever made, every theory,
everything was done by Phillip Rhee.
Every philosophy, religion, right now, has been spurred from Phillip Rhee.
This apartment building that we're in was built by a fuckload of Phillip Rhees.
Right?
Oh, God. Holy shit.
That's a company that was built by a company run by a Phillip Rhee, which was started at one point in the 80s by Phillip Rhee.
Right.
We're refugees in a post-apocalyptic Phillip Rhee dimension.
It's a dystopia that's run by all Phillip Rhees. Phillip Rhees have sex with Phillip Rhees to have more Phillip Rhees.
Right. There was 10 Phillip Rhees on the stage, vying for the Republican, nominee.
I don't know. Which president are you going to vote for this next year? Phillip Rhee or Phillip Rhee?
Right? I'm going with Phillip Rhee this year. Like, really?
Yeah, I really liked him as Tommy Lee. It's got to be Phillip Rhee for me.
I guess I'm going to go with Phillip Rhee because there's no other fucking choice.
Bang, 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 bang. Beating your head against the fucking wall every day. Then you wake up to another day of, like, just Phillip Rhee on your television set.
God, he's going to be on everything. Every channel. Oh, man, porn is going to be horrible now.
Why? Yeah, that's really sad. Why did we slip ourselves into this universe? I feel, can we, like, somehow go back?
I don't know.
Is there any way?
Anybody out there?
Lost.
Anybody's listening to this? Anybody's listening to this that knows about quantum mechanics and all kinds of other shit, thermodynamics and anything, wormhole physics and whatever, black holes and stuff. Tell us, what can we do? How can we get back home? I want to see my family again. I want to watch TV and not see Phillip Rhee on every channel.
Is there a world left without Phillip Rhee on every channel?
I'd like to believe there is. The View. Every person on it's Phillip Rhee's. They're talking about women. And
wait a minute, that might be an improvement. I hate to say it. Holy fuck! Come on. Now you're delving into some dark territory.
I think so. But it's bad.
So many Phillip Rhee.
This movie has emotionally broken Doctor Sleaze. This movie has completely destroyed his psyche.
I don't want to get raped by a gorilla.
He's crumbling into a ball as we speak. It's pretty sad to watch.
Fetal position is all I have left.
Yeah. It was a rough go of it. I mean, we tried to, plow through and do stuff and be strong about it, but
there's no being strong.
It was a rough movie.
No one could be strong anymore.
I mean, I know people that go to Vietnam are tough, but did they watch this movie?
No.
I mean, this movie should be a psych evaluator for combat zone awareness and being able to
I have PTSD from being raped by a gorilla.
They should test people by being like, oh, you can sit through a Phillip Rhee movie? Yeah, we'll get you right in there. You're gonna be able to endure long, boring days of sitting in a trench, doing nothing and traversing barren landscapes and.
It should be the government servant,
I don't know what
litmus test.
We don't know what to say about this movie anymore, other than it's emotionally distraught, Doctor Sleaze over here. I just think it belongs in the garbage disposal, and it needs to be set on in a white hot blaze.
I don't even like gorillas.
Or Cleo Patra, who's been kind of analyzing the movie a little bit more.
Yeah.
Kind of, was paying most attention. I think he was sitting closest to it, to be honest with you, so he could actually hear the muddy dialogue.
Yeah, that's probably it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do. Yeah,
he was
that
sitting
helped
the closest.
for sure. I was sitting the closest. It was. I don't know. Yeah, it wasn't good though.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, like all things, like they're still like they made a movie, and so people got paid,
and then whoever watches this movie is transported to another dimension entirely.
I think that's the thing. It's like the new dimension's so just like mundane too. Like since there's so many Phillip Rhees that I'm just so like unable to talk about the movie without sounding boring myself.
This movie has sucked in the souls of so many hungover, late evening wakers. Like this movie is just like zoop. Yeah, you're in my world now, motherfucker. This is all Phillip Rhees from now fucking on. You go to a job interview, it's Phillip Rhee asking you every question.
We've got a dark future ahead of us.
If you go to the farmer's market, everybody's selling all the produce and walking and being there and telling you about how organic their shit is or how they handpicked all of what they're selling. That's going to be Phillip Rhee who handpicked all your organic vegetables.
Oh my
fruits.
God. I just thought about it.
In the most boring way possible.
Oh God, going to like Amsterdam to the red light district? That's terrifying. That's gonna be terrifying.
I take it you frequent that area a lot.
Right.
No, I always wanted to go, but now I'm just I don't want to go there anymore. I don't want to go there.
This is alright. So this is pretty much. This is pretty much social anxiety that's wrapped up, and I'm feeling a
lot of anxiety right now.
And its most perfect form, I think, explanation rather.
Do we have final thoughts? Because I think I'm gonna have a nervous breakdown, and I'm gonna hide in the bathroom.
Just get a blanket. Get your blankie. It'll be all right.
I need security. I need security. I need to hold my blanket.
Yeah. We're all going to try to drown ourselves in the bathtub.
I just want to cuddle with my blanket and forget about this. All this.
I think my final thought is that while he tried to prove that fists were stronger than guns, we've all learned that alternate universe Disney is way worse when they have pictures of you fucking a horse.
Well said.
You know what? That is a perfect way to end this episode.
I couldn't.
I don't think it could be said any better. No way. I couldn't either. Well, I say with that was a perfect ending. So with that, guys.
I think about halfway through the movie, you said you wanted to be, bludgeoned by a 9-iron. So
I do. I would still like for one of you to do that. Since we're all friends here, I would. That might be.
You were begging for it, dude.
I know.
You needed to have that kind of release.
I would still like that release when we're done with this episode.
Skull exploded, brain matter, fucking leaking out through all the concussion and cracks in your fucking brain and your head. That's what this movie felt like to me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go and I'm gonna shatter my own skull right now. I think.
Not before you shatter mine with a 9-iron. So it sounds like if we all get our wish, this may be the final episode of the video Vagrancy.
Well, the only person who's gonna fucking hear is Phillip Rhee. At the moment we put this out, we're gonna be surrounded.
Guess who's gonna show up? The cops, the coroner, ambulance. It's all gonna be an army of Phillip Rhees storming this apartment.
We're so fucked.
Well, everybody. I would have to say, if there are any of you out there that are no longer that aren't Phillip Rhee like us, get to a safe place, join the resistance, and good night and good luck.